Some of you youngsters might be wondering, who the heck is David Wallace, and why are we chanting his name?
Wallace?
Yeah, I need to upload that David Wallace video so they get the joke.
Alright, is David Wallace good? Do I go David Wallace? David Wallace, David Wallace, David Wallace, David Wallace. I'm spawning as David Wallace, David Wallace, David Wallace, David Wallace,
David Wallace.
David Wallace.
shit.
David Wallace.
David Wallace.
David Wallace.
David Wallace. I love David Wallace. David Wallace!
But David Wallace was only Zermington's battle buddy in World War II. Let's see how he's doing now.
Me and David Wallace smoke joints.
David Wallace is still alive. Zermington, look at General. That's David Wallace right there, in the flesh.
David Wallace, my god. David Wallace.
Okay, I really like David Wallace that much.
Yeah, David Wallace is a gangster, bruh.
Alright, now this last part, I'm going to be telling the lore of how these two met and what happened. So the reason why Zermington has been mentioning the name David Wallace lately, it's because he was his battle buddy and best friend during World War II. Unfortunately, David Wallace slipped and fell on a landmine head first. Zerm thought he'd lost his only friend in World War II, but David only suffered a minor severe concussion to his frontal lobe of his brain. The outcome was that David Wallace lost all memory prior to the explosion. Zerm couldn't speak to David Wallace as he was in a coma for 3 whole years. After the war, Zerm was discharged and mostly forgot about Wallace until he downloaded a game called Enlisted. Zermington saw that he can pick a soldier to put in his squad, and the name that came up was David Wallace. And as we found out, he is still alive, writing books. Hopefully one day, Zerm gets to meet David Wallace again and smoke some joints.